So, I have a small confession to make. I like musicals. I just like musicals. I don't know what it is about them. I think one of the biggest things about them is that there's a lot of passion to them. They're often passion projects, with the actors, the director, the writer, the extras, the musicians, the people who score the movies, often pour their soul into these films. So they're very passionate about the movies they're making. So that's something that I really admire about them. And I think it's a style of movie. It's a very creative style of movie that leaves a lot of room for creative freedom for the directors, the cinematographers to film these very visually appealing, very fun, energetic films that at least once make you smile throughout the experience. They at least have forced a smile onto everyone's face at one point in their lives. So I think that's definitely what I like about them quite a bit. I guess another thing is that I have no singing or dancing talent whatsoever. So I just had the pleasure of seeing Damien Chazelle's latest film, La La Land, and let me tell you, it was great. Every reason that I said in the beginning of this video, every reason I mentioned for liking musicals, this movie has them all. I mean, I really loved Damien Chazelle's last film from 2014 called Whiplash, which was also a very musically driven film. But after seeing La La Land, I can confirm that Damien Chazelle is a director who's very versatile and very masterful at his craft. So as I mentioned before, both Whiplash and La La Land are very, very musically driven films, and let me tell you, La La Land boasts an incredible soundtrack of an incredible score and great songs, and that alone is reason enough to go see this movie. But there's so much more to this movie than just that, which I really liked, because the music is a central part of this movie, alright? That's no secret. If you've seen the trailer, you understand that, but this movie boasts a lot more than that. I heard in an interview with Damien Chazelle, the director, that this movie actually took him 6 years to make. So, I mean, first of all, that shows the passion that he had for this project, and second of all, I think it was worth it. So the point is, this movie was a long time coming, which I think is really a true testament to how passionate Damien Chazelle was as a writer and director for this film. It took him so long to make, and I think that passion really shines through the movie. You feel the strive for greatness in this film, and I think that really helped make it stand out as a movie. And like I said before, I loved the music, the acting was great, the direction, the writing, everything was in place, but I think what I really loved most about this movie was its cinematography. That's definitely what stood out most to me. This movie is without a doubt the most gorgeous film that I have seen in 2016. I loved it. It was great. It was very well shot. And like I said, musicals often allow a lot of creative freedom, so you had some really good shots to look at in this film. So Whiplash had some great shots in it, but it was a more grounded, realistic story that only allowed the cinematography to be so inventive as, it could be. But La La Land, however, is a musical that is very visually free, that has dance sequences that allow Linus Sandgreen, the cinematographer, to get these beautiful, visually striking shots that you just could look at for days. And I was looking at the movie, I'm like, wow, all of these could be wallpapers, or paintings or something, they're beautiful. But yeah, so that was really something that I really, really admired. Seriously though, I cannot stress enough how good this movie looks. I had my eyes glued to the screen the whole time, and it's one of those films that kind of puts you in a trance in a good way. The cinematography is so good that it just pulls you into this world with the characters. And so that was great. Really, really well done cinematography. And I think what really helps the visuals stand out in this movie as something really unique and different was the fact that Damien Chazelle, when working on this movie, he pushed production to be very similar to that of a musical specifically being made around the 60s or 50s, something like, or 40s, something like Singing in the Rain and stuff like that. That was a huge inspiration. I know that from seeing some interviews that was definitely a large part of the passion for this project, and I think that really shows in the movie. So yes, La La Land, obviously it's a very upbeat, very high energy movie about, you know, singing and dancing, but however, there is actually quite a few emotional scenes in this film, which I liked. It grounds itself as an emotional story with real characters that feel like real people. So I respected that a lot. You know, for every high energy dance and sing number, there's another scene that's very emotional, very heart-aching even, that kind of makes it feel as if it's a real world, which I really enjoyed. So the acting is a true testament to that, but there's a lot of scenes that kind of take the time to slow the pace down a bit for you to get to know these characters a bit more, know more about their past, why they do what they do, why they want to strive for their dreams. And obviously, if you've seen the trailer, you probably get the idea of this movie. It's a romance, but it's also a film that's about dreaming. And I think they really highlight, you know, the good part of dreaming, but also the more heartache, more downside of dreaming. Like, you're gonna get your heart broken, things aren't gonna go the way you expect them to, there's gonna be 90-degree turns that you don't want to make but happen anyways, but it makes it all the more realistic, and I think it really added on to the power of the message. So that was really well done. Good on that. So in short, La La Land is a film about following your dreams and the emotional roller coaster that comes along with doing so. So it shows you the good side, the bad side, making it a fairly realistic film as far as musicals go. So yeah, guys, I had a great time at this film. Please go check it out. It's well worth your time. You're gonna have a blast at the movie theater because this is by far one of the best films from 2016 that I saw personally. I loved it. I think you guys will too, so go check it out. And until next time, stay tuned.